Well, hello and happy Sunday, you wonderful pet parents. If you are watching live, it is Sunday. If you are watching a recording, it may not be Sunday, and that is okay. Um, so, I want to quickly come on and talk to you guys today about giving your dog choices. And if you are joining me live, thank you so very much. I'm very happy to have you here. Make sure you do post in the chat or the comment section, depending on where you are watching and listening, letting me know that you're here. And if you have any comments or questions throughout the video today, you can certainly post any comments or questions that you have. But we are talking about giving your dog choices today. And I thought this was a good time to bring up this topic because, we're making a lot of we're looking at making a lot of change. Like, this is the time of the year where we think about like resolutions and making changes in our lives. And this is something very, that can very easily be done. A lot of these things very easily be done, for giving our dogs choices, allowing them to make choices in their lives. So again, I do see that we have a couple people watching. So if you are here live, make sure you are posting in the comment in the chats, letting me know that you're here. Let me know a little bit about you and your dog, why you chose to click on this video. So allowing your dog to make choices, if you really stop and think about it, how often and how many choices a day does your dog actually get to make? Like, how are 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 you providing choices to your dogs? And do you think that they are being given the opportunity to make enough choices in their lives? If you think about how many choices you make on a daily basis, it's insane how many choices we make day to day, from the route we take to drive to work, or even the job that we have. That's a choice that we make, to go into that job or to find another job, or to work for ourselves. These are all choices we make for ourselves. What we have for breakfast, if if we're going to go, and if we need to run an errand, are we going to stop at CVS? Are we going to go to Walmart? Are we get all of these things are choices that we make in a day. And I mean, of course, it's endless. What you wear every day is your choice, right? So, how many choices do you think your dog gets to make for themselves in a day, or even a week, or a month, or a year? It may not be very many at all. And if you think about it, I mean, that's if you were not able to make a lot of the choices you make for yourself, how would you feel about that? Would you be sad and depressed? Would you be stressed because somebody else is making choices for you and you're not getting what you want, or even sometimes what you need? That can be very, very frustrating. And of course, we can't always, like we cannot always let our dogs make choices. There are definitely going to be times where the choice you make is going to be better than a potential choice they make. For instance, not crossing the street when a car is coming, right? Like, your dog may not realize that a car is coming and they want to go a certain way. That obviously is not a choice we're going to allow them to make. But there are oftentimes that we can give them the power and the privilege of making a choice for themselves in their lives. So, even possibly in times where we may not have previously considered uh, it to even be an option, that our dogs have, a choice, or giving them a choice. And this is really important for our dogs, because providing our dogs the opportunity to make choices is empowering, it's rewarding, it's confidence building. So, and it may sound um it may sound a little silly on the surface, but when we really think about it, when we put ourselves in our dog's position and we think about how stressful it is to have someone else make all of the choices for us, we know for a fact that reducing stress in our life is very important. And the same is true of our dogs as well. It's, you know, Stress can reduce the amount of time we have to live on this planet, and the same is true of our dogs. And it most certainly is going to decrease the quality of our life, and it's going to decrease the quality of your dog's life if they're constantly stressed out. And offering choices to your dog is one way that we can help relieve some of the stress in their lives. Again, it's empowering for them. It helps build bonds between you and your dog because you're offering them these choices, right? And then it can also be, of course, very, very rewarding for your dog to have a choice and being able to make choices on their own. So, let's talk about some of the ways in which we can provide our dog choices. And the very first one being training. So, there is a positive training technique called shaping, and we use this to shape a behavior in our dog. And the way that we shape a behavior in our dog using positive reinforcement training is rewarding for a choice that your dog makes. So you provide your dog with two options, and when they choose the option that we are trying to shape, that behavior we're trying to shape in our dog, then we reward it. And so that's one way. It's a very limited way, but it is one way in which we can provide choices to our dog. And I saw one of our uh, Patreon family members, she posted on. So if you're not part of the Patreon family, you get exclusive content, behind the scenes content. You also get first look at any content that goes up anywhere else. So she actually posted on today's topic because her dog Scout has a little bit of resource guarding. So she taught him how to what did she say? She taught him how to share and trade. So those are shaping behaviors that we can train with our dogs, and especially if we have resource guarders, we definitely want our dog to be able to drop something and to trade for it. So yeah, that's a shaping behavior, and a good way to show how you can shape a behavior in a dog and give them choices. So other ways in which we can give our dogs choices every day, and these are simple, easy things we can do, quick adjustments that we can make in our day. Excuse me, one second. So, quick adjustments that we can make in our day that can really have a huge impact in our dog's life. The next one is allowing them to choose what they eat. Now, of course, we want to make sure that our dog is eating a nutritionally balanced diet, whether you balance every meal or balance over time. But, switching things up a little bit can be really fun for your dog. Giving them a choice of what to eat can be really fun. So if you missed it this year on Kim's birthday, which we celebrate her birthday on Halloween, I did a platter that had all sorts of foods on it. And what was really interesting about this is watching what Kim ate first, the order she ate things in, and then the things that she didn't touch at all that she left on the plate. So it helped me to realize that a lot of the so she had raw foods, she had a couple of cooked foods, and then she had some fun little things like coconut chips and or flakes, excuse me, coconut flakes and blueberries on her plate. And she ate the raw food before she ate the cooked food. So her preference was for the raw foods. And then she didn't even touch the blueberries. She didn't want them at all. So it was really interesting. Uh, Not that you have to do an entire platter every single day for your dog, but giving them some options of what they can eat, even if it's just a couple of times a week, can be really fun for your dog. And it'll show you what your dog likes and prefers. So Yeah, that was really fun. We did that with Kim on her birthday, and I would definitely recommend for you to do the same. And if you didn't catch that video, it is up on both YouTube and Rumble, so you can check that out. The next way in which simple and easy things you can do to give your dog choices is giving them a choice of direction on walks. Again, I mentioned earlier, of course, we don't want to let them walk out in front of traffic. We need to be safe. But, if you take the same route every single time you go on a walk, that can get really, really boring for your dog. So allow them to choose a different direction and maybe make a path where there wasn't previously a path, again, as long as it's safe to do so. And let them just experience how enriching the world is around them. Because if you think about how often you get out of the house and you do things and your dog doesn't. Like, just letting them get outside of the house and do something fun and exciting, maybe take a different direction, go down a different street. Maybe your dog is going to smell something they've never smelled before, or find there's a new doggy neighbor in the neighborhood because they chose to go down a street that you haven't turned down before. All of that can be really fun and rewarding for your dog, and very easy for you to incorporate and letting your dog make these choices. Kind of on that same topic, but I did break it up into another way in which you can provide choices for your dog is letting them take what we call snifaris. Hello, Jennifer. I see you are here, and thank you for commenting that you are here. I appreciate it. I was actually I don't know if you made it in time. I was talking about the comment that you made on the Patreon post, which is a great way, a shaping behavior that you worked on with Scout, teaching him to trade. So that's great that you were able to do that with him. So snifaris, if you haven't heard the term, you may not be alone. Hopefully one day all dog parents will know the term, but it's basically letting your dog sniff to their heart's content, right? If you go take a dedicated route for a snifari, maybe there's a park in your neighborhood that you and your dog can go to. Again, being safe, but letting them just sniff and sniff and sniff as much as they want to. So if you think about how many times on a walk, for instance, your dog stops to smell something, and how often are you yanking on the leash saying, come on, come on, come on, let's go. That's no fun for your dog, right? And what's really great about letting your dog smell and smell and smell as much as they want is that, that's something they're interested in, something that has caught their attention, and they're trying to gather information, because that's a really great way in which dogs gather information is through smell. And it's an incredible gift we can give them to let them figure it all out on their own and decide on their own when to stop. Again, being safe. I always have to just mention that, I feel like, because I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way and say that dogs should be able to do whatever they want, whenever they want. That's not at all what I'm saying. But these are some really great ways to allow your dog to make choices in their lives. And as an added bonus, when we let our dogs sniff and sniff and sniff to their heart's content, the brain power that your dog uses will tire them out pretty darn quickly. So another option, and this is going to be the last option that I'm going to give you today, just because I didn't want to make this too terribly long, but providing choices on where to sleep. So in this instance, you don't have to have as many options as I have for Kim, but I'm just going to give you Kim as an example. And that's my dog. If you're not familiar, Kim is my dog. She has her crate, which is like a little sleeping bedroom area for her. She has, most rooms have at least one bed in them. Of course, she has the couch. She's allowed up on the couch. She is allowed in our bed, and she has two beds in our master bedroom. So for instance, at night when we go to bed, she gets in bed with us for a little while, until my husband puts his computer away and he decides it's time for him to lay down, at which point she will get out of our bed and she will pick a bed, one of the two beds in our bedroom, to sleep beside us. She doesn't have to. She has the door to the bedroom is open. She has plenty of beds all throughout the house, but that's generally where she chooses to sleep. If she chooses to leave the room, she has that option. And if she wants to stay in the room, she has that option as well. She can also get back in bed with us at any point that she wants to. And generally, if she gets up early in the morning because she needs to go out for a potty break, she'll wake me up. We'll go out, and when we come back in, she gets back in bed with us. So that's like her primary routine. But we're not forcing her to do any of that. If she wants to get up, if she wants to get down, if she wants to be in this bed or that bed, she has those options. So that's another simple and easy way in which we can give our dog the opportunity to make choices for themselves. And again, these are just a few choices. And um, and again, just to clarify, I'm not suggesting that you always let your dog make all the choices. That's not what I'm suggesting, but allowing them to make some choices. And there are instances where we could, like, for example, if we're taking our dog on a walk and we are allowing them to choose the path, we can train a cue word, just like we would train anything else, letting them know they have the option and we're going to follow them. And that's a great way to distinguish in a situation that your dog has a choice and letting them know that they have the choice. So, for example, you could emphasize the word you, and say, which way would you like to go? And point very clearly in one direction or another. And allow them to choose the direction that you go in. So that's one really great way that we can allow them to make choices, again, on our terms, because we want to make sure that everything is safe, right, as we do this. But learning your dog's body language, again, this is so important, because we want to make sure that in any situation our dog is comfortable. So if they are at all struggling or stressing out, we should be able to tell that in our dog's body language and take over. We don't want them to be put in an uncomfortable situation, but it's also a great way to know what they are trying to choose, because sometimes they can be very subtle about it. So I would love to know some of the ways in which you have implemented in your dog's daily life where they can make choices. It's an incredible thing to give our dogs. Jennifer says, right across from our property is a nature area. We may walk around and I let him sniff the area, since there's probably a lot of different wildlife in the area. That's a great way. Again, as long as you're with him and making sure there's nothing unsafe there. We know wildlife certainly can be unpredictable, but yeah, that's definitely a great way to let him use his nose and in turn use his brain. So that is absolutely wonderful. And giving him that option and letting him sniff around as long as he wants is really, really great. So thank you so much for being here today, Jennifer. And I know you and Scout, I saw your picture on social in front of the Christmas tree. It was adorable. Thank you for sharing it. If you are watching and you are not part of the Patreon family, I definitely recommend that you check it out. Again, you get exclusive content, you get behind the scenes content, you get first look at content that goes up everywhere. So you can check the first link in the description can get you there. And if you, let's see, what was I getting ready to say? Yeah, the first link in the description will get you there. Or if you need to go to the link in bio, you can do that as well. Anything else I want to say? I want to say I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, Christmas, whatever you celebrate, or if you're getting ready to celebrate. Not everybody gets to celebrate together on Christmas Day. Sometimes we get together with family and friends before or after. So I hope whenever you celebrated or are going to celebrate, you have a wonderful time with friends and family. I know, let's see, next Sunday is going to be January 2nd. Guys, this is the last live video of 2021. I didn't even realize that until like moments before I was going live today. So I probably won't see you, at least live, before New Year's. So have a happy New Year's, and be safe. I have no idea what the deal is. I have never experienced people setting off fireworks for Christmas before, but apparently in my neighborhood where we live now, they like to set off fireworks for Christmas. So that was new and interesting. And the very first time it happened close to our house, Kim was a little shocked, but she did okay. And the second time it happened, she was like, oh, okay, I got this. I understand what's going on. So yeah, interesting stuff. But I hope y'all had a wonderful Christmas and have a happy New Year. If you haven't caught up, if a lot of people are on vacation now, so if you haven't caught up on the podcast, make sure to check that out and get caught up on the podcast. It's the same name as YouTube. It's the Pet Parenting Reset. So wherever you listen to your podcasts, you can just search the Pet Parenting Reset. Make sure to give it a follow, and if you're able to rate it, I hope you do that as well. With that, y'all have a wonderful New Year, and make sure to come back and let me know how you decide to implement giving some choices to your dog in your daily life, because it's again an incredible way to improve your dog's quality and possibly quantity of life, because it also helps them de-stress. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Happy New Year to you and Scout. I'll see y'all next year. Bye, guys.